You were designed to accomplish something. You were put together for a purpose. That's why you have the temperament you have. That's why you have the kind of personality you have. It's called to accomplish the purpose that was in the mind of God. I'm going to quickly skip through it because of my time. But, there's a very, very specific purpose that God had in mind for sending you to this part of heaven. And it's absolutely important that you are conscious of it, that you come to an understanding of what that purpose is. I read this illustration in one of Miles Monroe's book a very long time ago. He wrote a series of books on purpose and potential. And he used that illustration, either in the book or in one of his teachings. If you look at a pencil or a pen is very cheap, right? Probably you can buy a pen for $5 or much less, a good pen. But this microphone is probably $80 or $100, right? Can I write with this microphone? It's more expensive than a pen, but it cannot perform the function of a pen. A pen is designed to write. The creator of the pen had a purpose in mind when he was creating the pen. So he placed everything in the pen to be able to write. The microphone, on the other hand, when the creator was creating it, he had something in mind and he placed in the microphone the requirement to make it function so that when I'm speaking, it enlarges the impact of my voice. Think about if a pen, say, okay, I don't want to write, I want to do the job of, I want people to be able to hold me too. And stand in front and do like that microphone. I don't want to be a pen anymore, I want to speak. And then he starts fighting with the microphone. I can take a pen, I have a pen in that bag right now. If I put it in my mouth from now till tomorrow, it's not going to do the job of this microphone. But when the pen gets to its place, this microphone cannot compete with it. Even though it's more expensive, even though it can enlarge, it functions in a place right now that the pen will not even be seen, it can't even come and function. But it cannot do the job of a pen. The purpose for you, if you can find it and walk in it, there is something, it doesn't have to look big to people. The things that look big to people, those individuals functioning there, they cannot do your assignment because your assignment is unique. You were designed just like a pen to accomplish and fulfill that assignment. God has placed everything in you that makes it easy for you to function in that place. When you understand that place, you begin to live your life at a different level. You begin to function and achieve things that others will find difficult. It's called grace. It's called grace. It may look simple to others, but you are encouraged to do it. And then when you are in that place, the microphone cannot compete with the pen when it comes to writing. When you are in your place, you don't need to compete. You will just shine without effort. There are 4 ways to come to an understanding of what your divine purpose is. Number 1, like Abraham, God revealed to him, said, look, take your son, do this with him, do that with him. You may need to seek for a revelation from God. God can reveal to you just directly and tell you what your purpose is. Or you may need to, like Habakkuk, put yourself on a watch. Because of time, I won't read all the scriptures. Set yourself on a watch. Say, I will set myself and I will see what he will say to me. You need to set yourself apart sometimes. If God has not shown you, you go and figure it out. As Lord, until you tell me I'm not leaving this place tonight. Or something like that. You could trade your gift like Joseph did. Joseph was in the prison. He slept at night, woke up in the morning, and he went to the other prisoners. Was asking them, why are you looking so sad? He knew that he had a gift. Why was it in the morning that he went to them? Why didn't he go to them in the afternoon? This is no Bible study tonight, so I'll answer the question. He knows that those that dream at night. So if he's going to be able to use his gift, he needs to wake up in the morning and go and look for those that have dreamed. And by doing so, he solved the problem for somebody. Though they seem to have forgotten him for a while, but when the opportunity came. The fact that they solved the problem many years ago, you had tonight, serving where you are, brought him out of obscurity. He became a king overnight. Why? He used his gift. I wish I had time tonight. You need to understand your purpose. You need to figure out how to use that gift that God has given you. Another way might be to simply pursue your passion. That might be like Nehemiah. Nehemiah is not said, no, he didn't get a dream. God did not tell him, Nehemiah, you are going to be the one that will rebuild the wall of Jerusalem. God did not say that like Abraham. He didn't he didn't go on a watch. He didn't say, Lord, tell me, am I the one? No, he didn't do that. We didn't hear that he had any gift, but he had a passion. He couldn't stand. When he came to tell him about what was happening to the wall, he started to cry. There is something that makes you cry. If you pursue that passion, it may be your door to understanding the purpose of God for your life. When you read that scripture in Nehemiah, he won't even eat the food that he could have eaten, being a governor. He was more interested in doing what will help solve the problem of the people. That was his passion. 4 key ways. I hope you're taking notes to understand your purpose. I'm going to skip through this and just wrap it up. So number 1 key to living by design. Once you understand that purpose, the next thing is pursuing it. Number 1 thing is depending on God solely. We just read this and you can read more about it in the book. You need to walk your vision out. You don't wait for the fulfillment of vision and vision when the Bible says all the time. You walk vision out. You do something about it. You need to be a studious person. You need to be a studious person. Go inside the relevant information in that field. You don't have to be a master of everything, but in your own field, you should be a master. Look at the way the questions were responded. You think if they didn't study, they didn't give themselves to studying and understanding, they will be able to respond? No, they wouldn't have been. Discipline like Joseph did. He ran away from what he needed to run away from. Focus. Focus is necessary for success. To do good things at the same time is to do nothing. This light is as powerful as a laser light. The content, the same power that goes into it, that is all it can do is to give us light right now. If it goes into a laser focused light, it can cut steel. Why? Because that is focused. But this is dispersed. When you disperse your energy, you lose the value that you could achieve. Character is key. Character, I said here, is who you are when nobody is watching. It's not what people think you are, it's who you are. Don't compare yourself. When I talked about the pen and the mic earlier, don't compare yourself with anybody else. Run your own race. There is a key that I can't sing. If I come here and I start singing, you will all run out. I can sing in my quiet time or something like that. God will not run from my voice. But if I decide to sing, I will mix tenor with alto. And by the time I heart treble. But I can't understand, then they require, I want to be like, that's not. I need to understand what my own gifting is and run my own race. Don't commend yourself. I said in the book that your best should be a moving target. The moment you achieve what to that point in time seems to be your best, you need to reset your target. If you're going to fulfill God's purpose for you, you need to then reset your target and go on the next level. Don't rest on your horse. Manage your company wisely. I'm glad you're all here tonight. Manage your company wisely. There's a saying in the Yoruba, in the English language, that will say that show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. Friendship, they said, Pastor Badru said this, it's not by force, it's by choice. It says he that walks with the wise will be wise. Be open to correction. Find a mentor. Make the most of your time. If you've not read this book before by a dear brother, he's one of my dear mentors, Dr. Miles Monroe, In Pursuit of Purpose, I recommend it strongly. He has a series in that direction, but this particular one, I strongly recommend it. Make the most of your time. Make the most of your time. To everything there is a purpose. Very best. There is a purpose. In the book, in chapter 7, I believe, I talked about the 7 laws of success. And one of the laws of success is the law of seasons. Seasons. I can't go into it in detail, but the key point there is there are 4 seasons in life. It's like the 4 seasons that you see in the year as well. The season you are in right now, guys, is your summer. Fall is coming. What you can do in summer, if you wait till fall, it will be too late. You can't start planting when you should be harvesting. You need to make the most of every season of your life. The time, the age may not be, linear, but somewhere between the ages of 20 and 50 is the most important time of life. You must make the most of that season if you're going to fulfill God's purpose for your life. That's the point of that. I'll just round up with this couple of key points. The potential is an unexposed ability or latent power. What I see when I look at you is not all you have. It is only what you have become so far. Your potential is much greater than what you have right now. What you have become is much more. What you can become, is much more than we could ever believe right now. We have a high degree of potential because we came out of God and He leaked part of Himself into us. I wish I had time. When you look at Genesis chapter 1, when God was creating the earth, when He was going to create trees, what did He speak to? He said, let the earth bring forth. And they brought forth. So the potential of tree is limited to the earth. When you take the tree out of the earth, what happens to it? It dies. Why? Because its potential is limited to the earth. When He was going to create fish, He spoke to the ocean. He said, let the sea bring forth. So the potential of fish is limited to the ocean. If he should be taken out of the ocean, that's the end of his life. When He was going to create man, what did He do? He spoke to Himself. He said, come, let us make man in our own image. That is, like the potential of fish is limited to the water, our potential is only limited by God. It's only limited to the potential of God. If you are connected to God, that means anything God can do, you can also do. That's why I say, I have said, ye are gods. We don't have time to go into that in details tonight, but He leaked some of Himself into us. Whatever you were born to do, whatever God has proposed for your life to achieve, you are already equipped. You have the ability, the talent, the grace, the capacity to accomplish it. To live on purpose demands that you never settle for what you have accomplished so far. Rise up to the task and begin to run your own race, to live to the fullness of God's designed capability for your life. The excellence is not a destination. It's a continuous journey. Never ends. Excellence is not a destination. This is where we started. 4 questions. That's where I'm going to leave you as well tonight. If you could do one thing with your life, what would it be? If you had no limitation, what would you attempt to? If you knew that it was impossible to fail, what would you work towards accomplishing? What would you like God to congratulate you for? I'll leave you with those 4 questions. I pray that God will help us. Thank you very much.